Hey guys, it's Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 9 on the year. It's all about providing value for those that are watching. I want you to start taking more action for things that you're learning from these conversations, the golden nuggets. Actually apply what you're hearing and what we're talking about. I'm going to bring on a good friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a while, and then COVID comes around, and we're back and we get connected. So let me bring on Frank Barber. What's going on, my good friend? How
How
are
you
you?
doing, man? How's everything?
Doing fantastic. I'm glad you were able to take some time out and share some value today and talk about what you do, and we'll have some people learn some things from our conversation today.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It was all touch and go today with me getting on because um, I know the people don't really know me, but my wife's an RN. She works at night, and I have a 5 month old who I just put to bed, and then my 6 year old's watching Frozen. So this gives me a little time to get on here and chat. So
No, I'm the same way. I have my 3-year-old and my 1-year-old both sleeping now, so now I get to have my little time that I get things done. So as we're going to get into this conversation, can you explain who you are and what you do?
So by I guess trade you if you want to call it that. My career, I'm actually a teacher. I started off teaching. I've been teaching 20 years now, and currently I'm an educational technology specialist in my school district, which basically means I help teachers with technology and incorporating that into their classroom. But the main reason why we're here is I would think is I'm an entrepreneur. I got involved with man, so many things. Started off as a mortgage person through a good friend of mine. He got me involved. He said, "Hey," he was a real estate agent. He said, "Frank, why don't you get your mortgage license? We'll work together." Started doing that. Then that segued kind of into real estate investing, and that was probably about 10 years ago. And fast forward, now I own my own contracting business. I started that Barber Builders because that's my name and it sounded good. And then I flip houses. I own cash flowing rental properties, um, and that's pretty much what I do. I mean, my first, I guess one of my first loves is real estate. So
No, we have a lot of things to chat about. Before we even get into it, let me take a second, give us a little promo. And we're back. I want to make sure those that are tuning in, hashtag live, if you're on the live, hashtag replay on the replay, and where are you watching us from? So, those that are entrepreneurs out there, you're going to learn a couple things because Frank is involved in a variety of things, as he just explained. How do you keep yourself in check in your day? Do you have a calendar? How does that work?
well, I mean, I think for me, and this may sound old school, a lot of it I try and, so to speak, write down. So I guess it's not old school, but I use my phone and I put it in notes and I use a calendar. And and I try and I think you have to have balance. There has to be a happy median because um that's kind of what I try and do. I have balance, as Mr. Miyagi would say, right? Balance, and so the only way to do that is be organized. I think organization is one of the biggest things to being a successful entrepreneur, because you can really lose sight of what's happening and get lost in the shuffle throughout the day. You know. Um,
And all your day is going to be is reacting to things when you should be, proactive and
yes.
scheduling your things. And I always mention Calendly is a great thing for those that want to schedule your calls. You said, hey, go to here's my Calendly, and they pick a time that you already have it set up, and it allows them to figure out what's going to fit for them and also will fit for you, and everyone's in order for that day. So you're
Yeah.
more proactive in your scheduling. So it's important for that. And what allows you, and you have kids, those are, I'm sure, a motivator to make more money, to have things, materialistic things sometimes people are always looking for. What other things are driving you today?
I mean, like we were talking before we went live, I think you have to have, when you decide what you want to do as an entrepreneur, you have to generally and genuinely
Mm,
have a love for what you're doing. Because if you don't, you're going to find it very difficult to be successful, I want to say. And I think when you have that somewhat love for, say, real estate, architecture, seeing finished products, like when you're building and things like that, um, you grow to love it. And I think that's the biggest thing, to stay motivated. And also, of course, leaving a legacy for my children. I mean, I think everybody that has children, um, one day when we're not here anymore, you want your son, daughter, or whatever you have, to look back and say, "Wow, my dad created this," and from years to come, the name there's some pride that goes along with that. So you want to have pride, and that's my big thing.
and I'm hoping I'm the same way. I want my girls to take it and take it to different levels that I can't get it to at the moment. But it also, you have those that get handouts, I see in relation to now, and they let the business go to kaput.
Yes.
I want them to thrive. I want them to take it to higher levels, because of all the mentoring that you're going to be giving to them as they're growing up as well. How are you? How did you find your mentors? I know we have a common friend, Carmelo Oliveri,
Yeah.
and shout out to Mel. But how did you find your mentors as you're going through your entrepreneurship?
Believe it or not, I found my mentors through education, like being involved in education. Um, I met Carmelo Oliveri when I was teaching in Jersey City, and he's the one that reached out to me. He left. He said to me, "I'm getting involved in real estate. I'm not really into this teaching thing anymore. I want to move on to bigger and better things." And at the time, I looked at him like, "Man, you're crazy! Like leaving a secure job to go and do real estate." And a part of me, when he left, it left in my head like this. It burned something in my head, like, wow, this guy is taking a chance. And if you read most books about millionaires and people who are successful, take chances, and they fail a lot of times too, but they don't give up. And so Mel, watching him grow, and then him call me out of the blue, I guess I had a trusting face to say, "Hey, you want to do a flip with me?" um at first I was hesitant, because, and I'm going to give you guys an example, and more so because I was in the shoes of probably most of you that are watching this and getting started. In the beginning, I had maybe $30,000-$40,000 in my bank account. That was my birthday money from when I was like 1 years old. So it wasn't like I had a ton of money. And I just got married, and Mel gives me a call and says, "Hey, you want to do this flip?" I'm like, "All right, how much do you need?" Like 30 grand. And I'm like, I looked at my wife and I'm like, I only have like 40,000 to my name, and we just got married. And I turned to her, and this is a big thing too, having a solid partner in your life and that supports you, it really helps, because she's like, "Come on, even if we lose it, we can make it up." And so that's kind of how it started. My wife turned, said, "Do it." I said, "Okay." I did my first investment with Mel. He kind of started showing me the ropes at that point, and then it was like history from there. Started buying properties like crazy. There was one year I remember we were buying a property a month.
Wow.
So we bought 12 in one year. I think that was our like max. And you know, it was he's taught me everything I know. Um, great, great mentor. And then meeting guys along the way like yourself, Shawn, and watching. You're always in the grind. I always see you out there, and I'm like, man, this guy has relentless energy. Like it just keeps coming. And seeing my peers and people like you, it definitely makes you want to work harder. It's like, if he could do it, I could do it. And I'm sure people look at me and say the same thing, but it's, a lot of people out there that I look up to.
No, I definitely. You took a chance just to go live with me. A lot of times I'll message people, "Hey, you want to jump on my show?" They're like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I have a fear, blah, 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 all this, wow, wow, wow." But this is so powerful because people watch what we're doing. We're talking, we're connecting to them emotionally. They're learning something. Hopefully, they're entertained by what we're talking about. And it's something that will be useful. It's not us saying, use me for insurance, use me for mortgages or real estate or your next fix and flip. We're just educating and providing value. The value is what's missing with a lot of people. They just
Yeah.
are all about give, give, give. I want me, me, me. It's not anything for anyone else. So I appreciate you having, and I have tons of mentors myself. I'm always looking to learn. I'm 45 years old, still learning. It's not
Yeah.
like, I have a degree, but doesn't mean anything. You always want to make yourself better, leave a legacy, like you said before. Now, fixing and flipping, maybe you have the buy. You were talking about buying apartment buildings. What are some things that you like and maybe dislike on maybe a flip rather than having a portfolio of an apartment complex? What are some problems that you might occur and maybe some things you love about?
Okay, so I feel like real estate investing has three different buckets, so to speak. Well, actually, you could go to even four. But the first bucket for me is, let's say, doing let's say a rehab, which taking a house needs a little TLC, some lipstick, you fix it up and flip it. Those are probably the one of the safest bets, as far as cost to put some lipstick on a house. Um, some of the drawback is you're not going to make that much on that, if you're looking for a big score. Then you have the second bucket, which also involves building a house, and that's building from the ground up. Now, the drawback from that, and I was kind of touching base on that, you need to have multiple licenses to be able to build a brand new construction in the state of New Jersey. And there's a lot of red tape to build. So making the foundation and building that and then adding on, you have to get offer a 10-year home warranty. You have to get certified or licensed through the state to get that 10-year home warranty eligibility as a builder. And the drawback is too, that comes back on you as the builder. Then you have the other bucket where real estate investing, where you find, um, meaning real estate investing in a sense of investment properties where you're getting a rent roll every month, and those, um, I think, have the least risk out of everything that I'm going to discuss because of the fact that you have a rental income coming in. So if you fix it up and you're gonna flip it, let's say, and you decide, oh my God, I can't flip it, you could always rent it and it'll sustain itself. Or while you're fixing it, you also have a little bit of rent roll coming in to subsidize, um, your monthly payout and your carrying costs. So there's a lot of safety nets with doing a multifamily. And then last but not least, you have the bigger projects, which I didn't even mention this before, but syndications that you could get into where there's multiple large investors come in to buy larger properties. We're talking 800 units sometimes. You could go as small as 100-unit buildings, and we're talking multi-million dollar investments. There's a lot of people involved, and you have that, which, since there's so many people and professionals involved, they look at risk with that, and we have people do that. But those are like the real four main groups that I think you'd see, and then you have Airbnb in there, but I would throw that in with the rentals. So but that's kind of those four
That's
things.
value right there. You just taught people the differences, and it's something that is important that people understand. There's no real textbook out there for investing. You have people that learn the hard way. Hopefully, they learn what was going on, and then they teach others, and it's just a snowball effect. And hopefully, those that are out there are around a good circle of people that they can utilize for that knowledge because it's priceless for
Yeah.
those that are going through that. And Is there now with your business for the barber contracting? Do you want the viewers to call you on a certain number, message you on social media? How do you want them to contact you
Um,
if you're looking for any opportunities there?
so like I if somebody wanted to reach out to me, I started my company's Barber Builders. And I have a Facebook page. You could like me on Facebook. You could reach out to me on the Facebook page. I have my cell phone number. You could hit me up through Facebook, through my cell phone. I'm a very hands-on business owner, so like um if I have somebody doing your basement or your bathroom, or I like to be, I try and stop by as often as possible. I check in with my clients. Hey, everything going good? Is there anything I could do better? You know, because customer service is a big part if you when you get into these types of businesses and building relationships. Um, and that's what's going to make your business grow. Uh, Whether it be contracting or even home investing. If somebody knows you and they have a house for sale, oh, you know what? That guy Frank, he's a nice guy. Let me call him. So those are like that's really what's important to me, and that's how you, if you want to contact me, you could reach me through there, and my cell phone number's there. I mean, I could give it to you now if you wanted to, but um, you know.
I have a banner. It's 973-714-7919. Definitely reach out to Frank. Definitely a great guy. He definitely will walk you, educate you through the process. And I want to thank Frank for taking some time out of his day to connect again and also drop some massive, golden nuggets for us today. And definitely reach out to Frank and have a call with him and pick his brain for anything you're looking to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you having me on. I mean, I know, like I said, a lot of people don't like being in on the camera, but I don't mind it. So if whenever you want to do this, if you want to hit a specific topic, and we just pound away at that and have people ask some questions, or if they mail in questions or email in questions, meaning it,
Yeah.
we could tackle some of those too. It's up to you.
That sounds like a plan as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Stay with me for a moment. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Definitely share this live, share this video, and comment, where you're watching from. Until the next one, we hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
Take care.